What's good, Dadcast Nation? Welcome to the Dadcast Podcast. I'm your host, Lavelle Lemonnier, and on behalf of my lovely wife, Dr. Gabrielle Lemonnier, I want to welcome you to the Dadcast Podcast. Man, we've got a treat in store for you today. Today's guest is from my hometown, the land of Trill, the city by the sea, Port Arthur, Texas. He is a radio and TV personality, an actor, and an overall entertainment guru. I'd like to say it like this. He is internationally known for rocking the microphone. Come on, Dadcast Nation, put your hands together and help me welcome to the show the one and only Gary with the T. What's going on, my brother?
Hi there. How you doing there, Lavelle?
Doing great, man. I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show. I know you've got a lot going on, and we really appreciate your time today.
Oh, well, thank you, because, honey, I'm like, goddamn, now I got to do this podcast with a headache. But I said, let me go ahead on and do it, because Jesus knows, honey. He knows about all my troubles.
There you go. There you go. Well, we appreciate it. We won't take too much of your time. Hey, I want to get right into it. I know that you've done a ton of interviews, and there are so many different interviews I've seen out there with you, and you've covered all the things about the Ricky Smiley show, the Tom Joyner show, the all the Dish Nation, all the things that you're doing. So that information is out there. But what I'm interested in is Lil Gary. At what age did you know that you wanted to be in the entertainment industry?
Oh, Lavelle, I know. First of all, let me ask you. I want to know now, Lavelle is from Port Arthur. Now, who is Lavelle Lamont? Now, I'm like, have I ever met Lavelle?
I was telling somebody that I was talking to about you that we have never met. We know a lot of the same people, but we have never, for whatever reason, never crossed paths.
So who are your people in Port Arthur?
My dad was a barber there in Port Arthur, Mr. Lemonnier. He had a shop in El Vesta, and he also worked on Gillum Circle with Miss Speaks and Mr. Robert Sidney.
What was his name, Robert?
Yeah. No, his name was Preston Lemonnier.
Oh, because I remember now Robert. I remember because I used to get my hair cut from Miss Speaks right there on Blue Bonnet.
Yeah, he was there with Miss Speaks and Robert Sidney. He was the big, tall, light-skinned, blue-eyed man that was in there.
Oh, he was white?
Just about.
Oh, yeah, look at Jesus, honey. Yes, I used to get my hair cut from Miss Speaks. She used to cut my hair, actually. But I knew Robert, he was in there. So your dad probably came when I probably started going to another barber. Probably they moved away from home.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's me, right there in El Vesta, Texas.
Oh, okay. Well, I have relatives in El Vesta, the Joneses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew a lot of those Joneses out there. Tim Jones and some of those guys.
Yes, like Deborah and Darlene, honey.
Okay.
And Wes and Letitia.
Oh, yeah, I know Wes, yeah.
Yes, Jesus. But that's all right. So I'm like, well, then that's something. Big world, or is it a small?
6 degrees of separation, I guess.
My Lord, my Jesus. Well, that's all right. But anyway, now, what was your question?
So what age did you know that you wanted to be in the entertainment industry?
Oh, honey, I didn't. I still don't know.
You still don't know?
Yeah, I still don't know, honey. I'm still wondering, what am I doing, sweet Jesus? I never forget though. I remember though when I was in high school, me and my classmate, Pastor, we used to talk about we wanted to be in the entertainment business. Say we're gonna grow up and we're gonna live next door to each other in Hollywood. But that was definitely a little dream, sweet Lord.
Now, one of my sources told me that way back when you guys were riding bicycles in the neighborhood, and you used to always say you was gonna be on TV and you was gonna have a Mercedes. That's what I was told.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true too. It's amazing. Yeah, I always said that. I used to always tell my parents, honey, when I grow up, I would have a Mercedes. My daddy used to always say, I would tell my mom, he would always say, well, if he died before her, I was gonna buy my mama a Mercedes. But it's so sad that he didn't have to die to get a Mercedes. I bought him one before he died. So
I heard you bought him a Mercedes SUV, right?
Yes, I bought him a lovely Mercedes SUV, and he drove that truck until the day he died. May he rest in peace.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, I'm glad that you were able to do that for him. I heard you bought your mom a house as well.
Yeah, I bought my mom a house. Actually, me and my mama lived next door to each other. I bought her a house, and when the doctor that lived in the house next door to her died, I bought his house for me so we could keep each other good company whenever I'm in town. Actually, I was in Port Arthur this past weekend.
Oh, okay,
I went
okay.
home. Yeah. So it was a good Port Arthur trip, honey. A good turnaround, honey. A good 12-hour turnaround.
Everybody
Yes,
I've
Lord.
talked to they speak so highly of you that you're just the same guy now that you were in high school. I've talked to a lot of your high school classmates, and everybody speaks really highly of you.
Oh, that's so sweet. I wish they'd tell me that. But you know, my thing is, and I mean, everybody, you need to evolve in life. I mean, if you don't evolve, there's something wrong with you. But just because you evolve don't mean you have to, change or act like you don't know anybody or anything like that. Because my thing is, like I tell everybody, just like Lavelle has his job and I have my job. If Lavelle loses his job and I lose my job, we both unemployed. So it's a
Right.
job. So it's a job, honey. So, we all have a job to do. Some of our jobs is a little bit more highly profiled, but for the most part, we all have a job.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of jobs, I heard that you keep some FU money in your pocket.
Well, I don't know about that, honey, because you ain't gonna get me robbed by nobody in Port Arthur. I don't. Rich people don't carry cash; they carry credit cards.
I hear you. But I read somewhere that you said that if you show up to your job and they tell you F you, that you had a little FU money stashed away so you could be ready for that day.
Yeah, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
You gonna
But
plead
honey,
the
I'm
fifth on it.
always prepared.
There you go.
Like
There
that.
you go. Hey, let me ask you this. What are some of the struggles you face as a Black man in this entertainment industry?
None.
Oh,
For the most part, I haven't really and faced any struggles. And I know it was part, I think the question too, and I'm glad you did. Maybe you edited it, but I'm glad you did, so let me say it. Some people say as a alternative lifestyle person. I really can't say I faced any because my thing is, honey, I know how to conduct myself, number one.
right.
And with that being said, honey, I know when you're in Rome, you do like the Romans do. I'm not going on these folks' job, honey, just because I have an alternative lifestyle, honey, snapping, crackling, and popping, because that's my lifestyle. No, I know, honey, if this is how the show's going, I'm going to govern myself accordingly. And that's just, what I do. So, I mean, I can't say as of now. I mean, maybe, I'm sure there may be some hidden agendas that I don't know about. But I mean, sometimes I may feel like, yeah, I should have been, in this position, or I could do this just like the next person can, and then offer to me because, they feel my lifestyle may not be, conducive to what they want. But for the most part, I can't really say I've had any, struggle.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know that people can go out and be themselves and still be successful.
Yeah, you gonna be something like when I was growing up, people say, "Oh, that faggot! Look at him! Look at that damn punk, that fag." But do you know how much money they pay me to be myself? I mean, it's amazing. I go back and see all those people now, and I just look at them like, "Oh, well, hi, how you doing?" So you should have been me, honey.
There you go. Hey, I heard another story about you that when you guys would have these little fights and skirmishes in the neighborhood, that Gary would run in the house, grab something, and run outside barefoot with a butcher knife after people. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was so. I don't know, 'cause, honey, I'm not a fighter, so honey, I just would let the weapons, honey, do
This is
that. But
one of your
no.
childhood neighbors told me that story, and so I wondered if that was true. But
Honey, it could have been. It could have been true, sweet Jesus, but they need to stop talking.
Hey, let me ask you this. Who's been the favorite person that you've interviewed over the years?
All of them.
Every one of them?
Everybody I've interviewed, honey, was good. I've not interviewed a person that I have not liked or, didn't, just respond to my questions or whatever. Because first of all, I know how to interview people.
Right.
So with that being said, honey, you know how to go in and ask a nice question, and then later on, honey, give them the dagger, so to speak.
Give them the
So I
dagger.
haven't had any problems with that.
Well, that's great.
Or people that I didn't like.
If there's anybody who's still living that you haven't interviewed, is there any one person you would love to interview?
Um, Not really. I haven't even thought of that. Cause I mean, the people, all the people that I've interviewed and seen, I either want to interview them or it just happened, and it was always it was a good thing. But I haven't really. I don't have a wish list or a
Okay.
bucket list. Cause I've interviewed Diana Ross. That's my favorite person of all time. I've interviewed Oprah. So I mean, that's some of the biggest people you could interview. So I haven't had anybody that I haven't, that I've wanted to interview and I haven't interviewed them yet.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Hey, let me ask you this. What advice do you have for people who feel like they might be out of place or misunderstood or trying to find their way in whatever it could be, whatever, thing that they're trying to pursue in life? What advice would you give them?
To pray and don't give up, because like me, I didn't it's not like I was just persistent with trying to be a radio TV personality, but I did have a thought that I wanted to do that. And I had a lot of coworkers that I was working with in radio that gave up because they had to, work another job to
Hmm.
maintain. Well, I was in the medical field, so I always had a job. So I was able to, work my radio as a part-time thing because, you know, my parents didn't know nothing about radio. Like, what is that? My uncle and auntie used to tell me, he ain't gonna get no job in there because they ain't got black people in there. That's for white people, and stuff like that. Because we only had one radio personality in Port Arthur growing up, one black one anyway. So so you didn't see that, but
You talking about Magic Mark Petrie?
uh-uh, Jesse
Oh,
Samuels was
Jesse
the
Samuels. Yeah, yeah,
he was
yeah.
the
Okay.
first black person.
That's right.
Magic Mark people came a long time ago later on, and
Yeah.
so they just didn't, they couldn't conceive that. But I knew that was something I wanted to do, and honey, I was just doing it. And like Oprah said at the time, when if it's something you want to do bad enough, you'll do it for free. And
Right.
I did a lot of free days. So I just tell them don't give up.
All right. Well, that's some good advice for sure. And let me ask you this. I know you've been in some circles with the housewives. Do you have a favorite housewife?
So I mean, I like them all. I like them all because I don't have look. They like I don't have no dog in it, none of those fights. But they all nice to me. So I mean, some of them could be, could get up there sometime and act like, like they all that. But honey, with me being in this business as long as I've been in, honey, I don't pay no attention to none of that. Because I know, like I told you earlier, we all got a job, honey. Your job could be gone just like mine could be gone, honey. So it don't move me and they don't bother me. But I talk to them and like I said, I don't have nothing against any of them. I like them all because they all, thus far have been friendly to me. And if you haven't been friendly to me, it still don't matter because I don't pay you no attention.
There you go. Now let me ask you this. The Brett recently got married, and are you beefing with the Brett? Let me just ask you straight.
Nope.
No
Me and
beef.
Brad are not beefing. Brad and I work together every day on 2 jobs. I just don't talk to her. We talk to each other on the job. And that's basically it. So, but no, beefing with her, no. She made it very clear that I was not her friend and she was not inviting me to her wedding. And she didn't. And I obliged. You know how many weddings I done been to? So, I mean, so it didn't really, it didn't bother me at all. Matter of fact, I just left the Brad, huh? We, we're not beefing, but, we work together. And
Right.
I know how to, handle her, and she knows how to handle me, and we handle each other.
All right. Well, that settles that. Hey, just a couple more questions and I'm gonna let you go. How do you stay relevant with, the social media platforms that are out there and people can find out everything that they want about celebrities? They can get on their Twitter feeds and on their IGs and talk to them. So how do you stay relevant given that social media platform that's available to everybody?
The same way everybody else stay relevant, I just stay relevant. I just stay on top of things. You know, I follow my stories, honey, and I'll talk to different people, and we share, different information and what have you and stuff. I know a lot of bloggers, and they know me. I know a lot of celebrities, and they know me. And people will call you sometime and give you stories, but I don't always follow that because I'm not trying to be a shock jock. Because I know a couple of celebrities call me and tell me certain things about certain people, all about their family and something like that. But I don't report it until it's out there. Because you're not about to say, well, Gary said this and he did that. And, you could get sued, Tasha K. So I'm not going. So it is not that serious, honey, at all. So I do my blogging and I do my celebrity, honey, and my social media, honey. You send me my check and have a good day.
And there you go. Well, last question for you. What can we expect from Gary in the future? What's on the horizon for Gary?
Well, Lavelle, first of all, honey, I just want to give you this damn headache, honey. I don't know what's going on. Like, Lord, when something go wrong with you, you start thinking, oh shit, am I about to die? Because Lord, you see, I'm laying here. I don't ever lay down and do no interview, but I am laying here because my head hurt. So I think it's stress though, too. The job could be stressful, and dealing with people, your coworkers, that could be stressful, honey. And then the other shit, that could be stressful. But I just want to, honey, just do what I do, honey, continue to live, honey, helping my mama out and doing stuff for her and my sister and brothers and nieces and nephews and what have you, which they don't need my help by any means because they got their own shit. But, I just, do stuff, honey, because I want to do it. And just, one day maybe I'll get married or I'll get hitched or something. Maybe one day somebody will send me flowers and say, honey, oh, Gary, you're so wonderful. And maybe one day I want to pump you or something like that. I don't know. I don't know, Lavelle. It's just gonna be it's gonna be what it's gonna be, sweet Jesus.
Well, you
But
definitely are.
particular.
You definitely are a survivor, and I'm glad about that. And I know that there's a lot of
Yeah.
good things in store for you. And I'm looking forward to that day when I hear about Gary Hayes getting married, getting hitched.
I know, but I tell you that, boy, I ain't about to get married. The hell with that shit. I ain't married no damn man. I'm not. We could have a damn relationship. We could be coupled. We could be what you call it? And I know the word companions and all that. But as for married, no.
No,
That will not happen. No, honey. I don't give a damn how gay I am. I ain't married no damn. We can be companions, but we ain't to get married, honey. I'm walking down the aisle in a half dress, half tuxedo, and all that shit. No, sir. That ain't happening. And if you can't buy me a ring bigger than the one I bought myself, then, honey, we just ain't gonna exchange no rings.
it ain't happening, huh?
We're gonna have it ain't gonna happen. So, but it's all good though. It's
Hey,
all good.
Gary, I really appreciate your time. I know you're feeling a little under the weather, but I appreciate you taking the time. I want all the Dadcast Nation out there to make sure you check out Gary's Tea podcast. And he's also on There I Said It, another podcast that he has.
Yeah, there I said it, and I'm on Gary C, like you said. And you can check out Dish Nation and check your local listings for where you can find it at. And of course, the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, which comes on every morning, national. Where are you? You in Houston, Lamont, Lavelle?
Yeah, I'm in Houston. Yeah.
Well, we're on what Magic 102.
Okay. Yeah.
Magic 102.1. I think it is a 102.5.
Yeah, it's 102.1. My wife listens to you guys daily, and she
what happened
follows
to
you
you
all the
listen?
time. So
Why
we're
don't
big,
you listen?
huh?
Why don't you listen?
I'm on the go all the time. I'm always on satellite radio when I'm in my vehicle, but I get online and check you out. I definitely checked out several of your podcasts, Gary's Tea podcast. I've seen several of those, and I do really enjoy your podcast.
Well, good then. Well, we're gonna share Lavelle's the Dadcast. Why did you name it the Dadcast?
Well, it started out as just an idea of getting a dad's perspective on everything from A to Z. So I've covered everything from politics to sports to how to build a jewelry cabinet, whatever it is that comes from a dad's perspective. We put it out there and see what people think about it. And so far, it's been pretty good.
Well, how you don't know how to build furniture? My daddy built furniture.
Really? When I was growing up in El Vesta, my neighbor across the street, Mr. Jesse Burns, he had a twin name. They were Jesse and what's the twins' name? I can't remember. But anyway, Michael Burns is his son. We grew up together, and Mr. Burns was a carpenter. And Michael never really wanted to do anything carpentry-wise with his dad, but I would always run across the street and help Mr. Burns build stuff, build a carport, build a shed, and I just learned carpentry from him. Everything I know, he taught me pretty much. And so I like to work with my hands, and so I've built a few things here and there over the years.
Yeah, well, my dad was a mortician, but in his spare time, He built furniture. My dad made everything in our house. He made the doors, the beds, the chifforows, the everything. He did it all.
All right.
So
All
our
right.
whole house that I grew up in, honey, is all his work. Which I have a few pieces. I think what I have. I don't know if I have a piece here in my apartment here in Atlanta, but yeah, but he did all of that. So
Yeah.
and real wood. It wasn't that particle board shit. He had
Real stuff,
wood.
huh?
Yeah, solid wood.
I even have to
So,
make myself use like nail guns these days because I still like to put a hammer in my hand and nail a hammer with a hammer, but it's much more efficient to use some nail guns these days. But
yeah, my dad even used to make ink pens.
oh, really?
He used to make ink pens, those wooden ink pens and stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay.
girl, you're gonna have to catch up, honey, because you're not a good carpenter.
Yeah, I'm not making my living by it, that's for sure. But
My Lord, my Jesus. Well, good.
but Gary, again, man, I
Well,
really, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
yeah, you're welcome, Lavelle, and thank you for having me. I apologize again, honey, because I had to lay down because I got a headache.
No
And I
worries.
got a doctor appointment at 3.
I
So
hope you
it's
feel
all
better
good.
soon.
Yeah, I also too probably I just need an aspirin or something. I don't know. And I don't have nothing here, but I got some every damn thing else but aspirin. So anyway. But anyway, well, you take care, Lavelle, and you have a great day and a better tomorrow. And tell the doctor I said hello.
All right.
And y'all take care. Maybe I'll see y'all one day going on Gulfway Drive.
There you go. There you go. Hey, we'll be in touch. Take care of yourself. Dadcast Nation, make sure you check out Gary's Tea. Check out There I Said It. Check him out on Dish Nation and on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. He's everywhere. He's the man in the industry for sure. Thank you for tuning in, and we will wrap with you next time. Peace. I'm out.